I played a bouncer in a series, and I punched the main actor in the face. Now, a lot of people would think or assume that I got that gig after I started working in Baby-O, which is what a lot of people assumed, which when people assume that, I don't tell them that it's not true. But the truth is this: when I got that gig for Baby-O, it wasn't because I had worked in Baby-O. I had actually only worked in Alebrija Stereo Security. I had done other things. I knew nothing of Baby-O yet. I hadn't even been there as a customer. My dad was a regular customer, like very known there. But not me. I never really felt like going there, to be honest. My dad tried to take me many times, but I just never felt like it. Now, that said, ironically and weirdly enough, there was an audition for this part, like a legit audition, and I had a manager who supposedly, we had an agreement that anything to do with fighting, anything to do with martial arts, she would immediately let me know. But she was dating this Belgian dude with blue eyes, sort of good looking guy, I guess. And she had just met him. He was a tourist. So she didn't even inform me of the role for the bouncer in Baby-O. Can you guys believe that? She didn't inform me, even though I had done a lot of gigs for her already. And she didn't inform me of this, so I didn't even know it through her. Luckily, I was also teaching as a theater instructor in a theater school. The local theater school, I was the fight choreographer there. I never really talk about this, but I will do a video on that. I prepared them for a bunch of stage fights on theater, like live on theater for people to see. So I was teaching in this theater school. I had a bunch of actors as my students, and one of my students, who was with a different agency, knew about the audition because she was also called in to do audition to be an extra, to be one of the girls that's dancing in the background. So she said, "Hey AJ, they want a bouncer for a Baby-O scene. This is like totally you. You should come here." I'm like, okay, like how come my agent didn't inform me? Maybe she doesn't have this gig. I didn't even know if my agent had it or not. So to my surprise, when I show up there was my agent with this fucking dude and a bunch of other girls. And she's looking at me like, "How did you know about this gig? How did you know?" Like, worry. "How did you know about this gig?" I'm like, "Don't worry about how I knew." And then, like, my student was right there, She was just one of the girls. I didn't want to make it too obvious who it was, even though she wasn't there with her. Her name is Grecia. To this day, Grecia, thank you. And yeah, she was just one of the actors, students. She wasn't even know that much into martial arts, but I always get along real well with my students. So luckily she gave me a call. And we have a saying in Spanish, like, what's for you, even if you get out of the way, it'll hit you. Like if a bullet is meant for you, even if you try to get out of the way, it'll get you. If a bullet is not meant for you, even if you get in the way, it won't get you, kind of mentality. But it's the same thing with good things like this, If it's for you, it's for you, and if it ain't, it ain't. And this was just one of those things that was just meant for me somehow. And, back then I was thinking, law of attraction. This is the law of attraction at work, It works. I read the book too, by the way. I also read Donald Trump's Think Big book, which is kind of a version of the law of attraction, but it's Donald Trump's version. I only read that because my mom gave it to me. She was always like, she still is a Donald Trump fan, unbelievably enough. But, that's besides the point. But, the law of attraction is the point. But when I saw the movie The Matrix, this is where it gets good. It was 1999. And at the time, I was in my teens, late teens. And, the whole, is that really air you're breathing now? Is this even real? Like, I would use that in my training when I was running out of breath. Like, I'd be running in the treadmill and I would convince myself that it's not air I'm breathing. And it would actually help me train harder. It's not like I believed we're in a simulation. I not like actually believed it, but you know how like kids, even though I was a teenager already almost an adult, how we just, you play in your own mind and you make yourself believe you're someone or you're something or that something is different. This is what I would do when I was starting to run out of breath. You think that's air you're breathing now? And I would somehow be able to hang a lot longer with like running, especially. I run out of the treadmill for like over an hour back in those days. And I run on the street too, But every time I was tired, that's what I would do. I would just convince myself that it's not air I'm breathing right now. There is no spoon. Matrix stuff. But when I seen this stuff with Elon Musk and him saying that there's only a 1 in a billion chance we are in base reality, I must say, guys, it made me rethink a lot of things.